Yeah, my name is Marvin Crowder Sr. I'm a supervisor over with Mecklenburg County Transportation. Been there for over about 25 years or so. So I'm there now as a supervisor. Probably I would have to say we used to, when I was working with the school system, we used to take off on Mondays and go up there, and we would, all the drivers, we would get up there and go up there and practice and pot bowl and bowl for money to try to win pots. And actually I probably started there maybe about, I guess maybe 96 or so. And then we, on Saturday, we started with a church league. And a church league was doing it as a fundraiser. So we decided to get a bowling league. So we got a bowling league on Saturday nights, and each week we would bowl. So we had about a 34 week league with the church, and we used to do it as far as first, second, third place winners. And then at the end of the season, we would fellowship with each other as far as handing out trophies and money. And would like to add in that my team, one of the ones that would come in first place at least about 20 to 30, 40% of the chances, but I just add that in there. But yeah, I mean, we do it for fun, but also we were doing it, and it was a lot of learning then. So, but yeah. Well, I don't know if I will say this, that I know that my oldest, one of my uncles, he was a mechanic at the bowling alley. He fixed the lanes and everything. So as family night, we would go up there and just have fun. He'd show us the back end of how the machines and stuff worked, and would show us the different parts about it. So I guess maybe that might have been one of the things that got bowling interested in. But yes, my brother, he bowls, and I got a son that bowls, Marvin Crowder Jr. He started bowling in the little league and came from there and moved all the way up through juniors. Actually had an opportunity to go to Detroit and bowl in the Nationals. So I mean, but yeah, my brother and him, we still bowling together, and we just come out of Tennessee bowling in a tournament about 2 weekends ago. So, but yeah, it's been nice. I can say that my part of my journey is to pretty much kind of show the young people that you can win money from this. Scholarships and pretty much all of it just comes straight from bowling. And yeah, we can start from there. Yeah, I think that as we start out bowling, the good part about it was that it's just like every other sport. The young people didn't know this part of it, but it's almost as if it's a sport just like football, basketball, running track. It's a sport that can lead you somewhere. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but you can look. A lot of times during the summer, you see these pro bowlers that's out here on tour. That's how they got their start. They bowled in the little alley back in the day and got themselves established, went to college. Next thing you know, they got sponsors. So a lot of them that's out there now that you see on TV, they started right what we talking about right now today. They had to start somewhere, but now it's big financial money in it, and it can go a long way. A lot of them is retiring now that can actually show you. You can read their dialogue or whatever to show you that, oh, it works. And scholarships can follow it. So I don't know how many out there is interested in it, but you know, I can remember one time at one tournament, one of the pro bowlers came up and he expressed to the young people, said, this is good too. Yeah, you may want to play football and basketball, but it may not be that many scholarships for that. But bowling is surely all for scholarships. So yeah, that's one of the biggest fun things, is to actually see it passed on to the young people, to have something done more in the future than, and to be able to do. So yeah. Well, when I can honestly say that it is a sport. Now, I don't know how much everybody else think, but when I think about your financial income of making it, this can provide you with not only an open career, but it put the paycheck there. I don't know how many of you, but I can tell you, watch some of the bowling on TV sometime, and you'll see them handing out the big 10, 20, 30,000, all the way up to $50,000 at the end of about a week of bowling. If they done their tour and they done it good, usually the one who wins is big money, cash money. They write the check out, and then from there they go to another step. But just to say, yes, it is a sport. So yeah. We'll start with the jerseys. It's almost just like your football, basketball, soccer, hockey, every sport that it is. It's a sport. So your jersey, you wear it to represent your team or represent yourself of bowling. So a lot of times you'll see the jerseys on us, but they may have a name on the back. And that's why I said, when we were just saying about a sport, it is a sport. So you bring your jerseys in, and then you do it almost like football, baseball. You got your ball, the bowling balls, and the weight starts somewhere around 10, and you can go up. But mostly the young ladies, they'll roll from a 10 weight up to about a 13, 14 weight. Then men rolls from about a 12 all the way up through about a 16. But I won't leave that out. Some women do use 16 pounds, some of the professionals. But most of the men weights come from that 14 to about 15, 16 weight. And you choose a ball by the dynamics of it or what it can do. Majority of us roll what they call a hook ball. So the ball goes down the lane in the oil patterns and can destroy the pins. We got certain balls for different oil patterns. So once you do that, you got different types of balls out there now. Storms, hammers, a lot. So just whenever you want to get into it, or you're just doing it for recreational, people usually get the old house ball and get some old regular bowling shoes just to have fun. But I always like to have my own. I have my own ball, my own shoes, and when we just going to have practice or have fun, I'm out there doing it for the best. Yeah. So you got almost really it's 3 different shots out there on that oil pattern, but your house shot is your basic lead. Usually the league uses the house shot, and it's just a straight oil pattern down the lane that curves in once it comes towards the pins. Then you get that sports shot. Is in most tournaments, but they got to put that out there to make it harder for you, because you're in a tournament and you're trying to place as far as winning money. So most they do have the leagues who put different shots out there for you, but you got a straight oil pattern that goes straight down and kind of veer towards the pins. Then you got a straight shot that comes all the way down, but it's not all the way out to your 14, 15, all board. So you got to be able to know where your oil pattern at when you rolling the ball. So, I mean, I think too, sports shot is you have to have a different position. You rolling a different way. You're not set at one spot. Sometimes you have to move far to the left, or sometimes you may have to move far to the right to get the ball to do what you want it to do. But yeah, you got to have more than one. You got to have more than one ball, because if I just picked up one to go and use it that day, that oil pattern in that league may not been the same for this ball. So I may have to use my urethane ball this time, or if I didn't need that one, I may needed my aggressive hook ball. So yeah, I mean, there's several different ones out there, but yeah, we almost carry anywhere between about 5, 6 all the way up to 9 balls when we're going off to a tournament. But usually when we're around home and we going to the regular centers to bowl, we still carry our balls because we don't know what we're going to face out there. And when I'm saying heavy oil is usually on the lane, so I'll take and use me a urethane so to soak up some of the oil. And then you got your aggressive hook ball, which is usually is not urethane, but it's the ball that we would put reactive ball on it, and it reacts to the lanes a little different than the one with the urethane. Yeah, bowling have actually, I do it now for recreational, but when we first started out, I would have liked to maybe seen more or done more of when I used to watch the pros on TV. I always had in my mind that I could one time do that, and but I believe personally it's just something to get away from your everyday busy life of working and stuff and go and enjoy yourself somewhere else at something that you like to do. And it can, like I said, it can win you some financial gains, and it can be just something for relaxation to go out there and sit back and have fun with your team, or if you're going with your family, you can go out and just have fun with it. And sometimes when you ain't got nothing else to do, you know, or you through with your work, but you needed to calm down, go out there, and not only that, people looking at you, they know when you're coming in the house if you're any good or not. So if you're carrying your balls, or I get it all the time, 'cause I'm a Cowboy fan, so that's what I carry is a Cowboy 3-ball bag with about 2 other ones that's Cowboy bags. But when I go in the house, I always get it. How about them cow? But, you know, we talking about bowling, but, you know, I carry that, but I got my balls in there, and I come to do business when I come to the bowling alley. So watch out for me. Yeah. Yeah, I would say a lot of this is basically training. And, you know, if you can help somebody else out of showing them just what you can do, or better yet, now that I'm where I'm at, if I can offer advice when I go into the bowling centers, I usually like to look and see who bowling. And for a long time there, we was had the youth on a Saturday morning, and when we would bowl and they would bowl, we would go and watch them. But we was offering information to them of where to stand on the lanes. And be honest with you, a lot of them is in college now, and is bowling on their school teams, and actually they're pretty good. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. And I'm a right-hander, but my son is a left-hander. When a lot of times when you go into the bowling alley, that ain't what you see. You don't usually see the left-hand bowlers. So I pushed him enough when he was a junior coming up, and I told him, say, practice. You left-handed. There's not a lot on that left side rolling. So when we was talking about the oil patterns and stuff earlier, they have more of an opportunity on that left side to roll that ball down there and hit their mark versus the right-hander, because everybody knows the majority is right-handed people. But when you are left-hander, you can almost make your mark of where you need to be. And I hear him with it. He done a lot of sports. He done a lot of sports, but I seen something that he stayed close to that was true more to him to make better. So I support him. And like I said, we started out early, and we used to go all over places to bowl when he was in the junior league and in tournaments and stuff. Now I'm kind of proud to be able to see he able to go with me now, and we team up as a team and bowl on the leagues and stuff together, so that not only that's kind of showing me what I've taught him, he's taking it into action now. And yeah, I think that it's a good advantage to know that where we started when he was younger was what my intent was for today, is to actually see where he at now. He's a pretty good bowler. I could see him bring something out of the bag. Now he will carry some balls with him, but therefore we need him some days. And then some days, you know, we can stay with one ball, but you know, but I think that was one of the most things, was to be able to see now is where he have accomplished himself to be. And then not only with me and his uncle, he still is in Durham, and he's picked it, you know, he go into the lanes, he bowls and stuff, and leagues and stuff up there. And I will add, this part is about maybe 3-4 years ago, we was up in Chapel Hill, and he walked in the bowling alley. One of his, might have been one of first, second adult tournaments. And he walked in the bowling alley, and right off, the woman saw him coming in there with two bags in his hand, his jerseys on. They already looked at him and said, "Oh, there's a ringer coming in the bowl." But you know what? Actually, he won that tournament that day. He won, and he won some nice money from it. So if that right there was one of the most important things that I would be able to say, is I got to see that for myself, is to see that he bowled good. He was over 200 games, majority of that day. And then once the tournament was over, about 6 weeks worth of tournament. And I mean, people from all around came into this tournament. But to actually see that he won one of the first place in that tournament to win some nice money wasn't something nice for me to see too. So yeah, happy bowling.